Would she win Miss China?
I don't think so. She's more like from Europe.
If I was Japanese and we got a white girl representing our country.
like a white girl.
Seen as a sign of kind of white superiority globally.
Let's say she wins Miss Africa. Would you be okay with that?
No, because she ain't African born.
Like Japan, the standard is being pale, white.
I think that it should be somebody from Japan, probably like born and raised.
I don't believe in white beauty standards.
A white woman has won Miss Japan. Now, how do you feel about hearing that? Karolina Shiino is actually a Ukrainian-born woman, and she is not Japanese at all, but has won Miss Japan. So I wanted to go out in New York City and ask what New Yorkers think about that very thing. How would you feel about it? Comment below. What's your name and where are you from?
I'm Dennis, I'm from China.
We're walking around in New York City asking people about the new crowned Miss Japan.
I think she's really beautiful, but I think she's more like from Europe or from other nations other than Japan.
She has no Japanese blood. So how do you feel about the fact that she won Miss Japan?
I think this is probably like a patriotism of Japanese people. I think this is not wrong, but from an international perspective, probably this is great for the overall probably development of the competition. This is like a trend of globalization in Japan. It doesn't mean like the Miss Japan has to be a Japanese. I think this is a good aspect. This is a good trend.
Would she win Miss China?
I don't think so.
What's your names and where are you from?
Andre, Raleigh, North Carolina.
I'm Chucho from the Bronx.
What if I told you she's Miss Japan? How do you feel about that?
I could believe you. I'll believe you if you told me that.
I don't know. I don't think I don't want to say, but
I'll say it. She's actually white.
Okay, I was like,
Yeah.
she doesn't look Japanese.
If I was Japanese and we got a white girl representing our country.
like a white girl being.
It don't make sense. She's not from here.
But like for like an African country or something, like Kenya or
And
something.
what's wrong with a Japanese woman?
Exactly. Japanese women are beautiful. Okay, so let's say if she won Miss Haitian.
We're not going. No way.
I'm Dominican and she's Miss Dominican. Nah.
She looks like she has some features that would be considered maybe more European.
I think she looks Caucasian, Eurasian actually.
You're correct. She is actually Ukrainian born and she won Miss Japan.
For there, it's probably new and reflects some diversity, which is positive. But here, probably the message is largely that Western beauty standards are kind of prioritized and valued over other beauty standards, so it could be seen as a sign of kind of white superiority globally to kind of value that look.
While it's totally understandable that Japanese public may feel that Miss Japan should represent the Japanese look, but I'm also encouraged by the diversity that's happening all around the world. There's beauty in every race, and we should celebrate it all.
Let's say she wins Miss Persia.
I'm fine with that.
Alan, I'm from Bronx, New York.
She's Miss Japan.
She's Miss Japan.
Yeah.
Is she here today?
How do you feel about a white woman winning Miss Japan?
I don't know because Japan has their own rules and regulations and stuff, so that's a cultural thing. Japan is Japan, you know what I'm saying? You can't be other than who you are, no matter what you want to be.
Let's say she wins Miss Africa. Would you be okay with that?
No, because she ain't African born.
She's not Japanese, right?
Right. How do you feel about that?
I don't know. I guess it's like not right, I guess. I don't know.
I mean, I think it's a little weird.
If a Japanese woman won Miss America, I wouldn't be mad. I mean, if somebody moves to America, they're American.
My name is Maya. I'm Egyptian.
My name's Jake, and I'm also from Egypt.
We just found two Egyptians. Salam alaikum. Ahlan wa sahlan.
Alaikum salam. You're Muslim?
Ana Masri.
Miss Japan.
Yeah, how'd you know?
Because I recognize the Japanese writing.
How do you feel about a white woman winning Miss Japan?
Oh, I actually saw something about this. She's lived in Japan, right?
Yes, she's lived in Japan, but no Japanese blood, and she wasn't born in Japan, but she grew up in Japan.
I feel like it goes against what the competition or what the event is for. If someone's not actually from that country, it doesn't feel right, you know?
I honestly agree. I don't think it's because the whole point of these pageants is to accurately like represent that country, and I wouldn't say that she's the best candidate. I mean, I don't want to take away from her identity as like a Japanese like citizen or everything, but I do agree with what Jake said.
She should be from that place. I don't think it has much to do with diversity. Like, yes, sure, I'm all for diversity, obviously, but she should be Japanese ethnically with her, you know, her blood.
But now the next question I would ask you, you know, I'm Egyptian, you guys are Egyptian. What would you say if she won Miss Egypt?
Ooh. Honestly, I feel like in a lot of countries, I mean, including like Japan, the standard is being pale, white, and yeah, it's just not the usual Egyptian women. That's already the beauty standard.
Do you think it would even happen?
As an Egyptian, it makes me understand why the people from Japan, why they may be against her winning it. So as an Egyptian, I do feel like if she did win it without being Egyptian, it would have made me a bit, upset.
What race do you think she is?
I think she's probably like Eastern European.
You're right. She was not born in Japan, and she won Miss Japan. How do you feel about that?
There should probably be someone born from Japan that wins Miss Japan. I definitely think that there's always room for like growth and diversity, but maybe like the representative for Miss Japan should be someone like born in Japan. I think that it should be somebody from Japan, probably like born and raised and a part of their culture and ethnicity, so yeah.
She looks kind of white. Yeah.
She is. Yeah, you're right. She won Miss Japan.
I don't think that's right. Does not make any sense.
What doesn't make sense?
Well, she's not Japanese. Why did she win Miss Japan?
What do you think it creates for beauty standards for people?
That white is the beauty standard. I disagree with that. Yeah.
So why do you disagree with that?
Because I feel like in like other countries, they all see like white as like the beauty standard, and rather than embracing like their own like race's beauty and their own culture's beauty. Like my family's from like Colombia. Like I grew up here though, but like it's kind of similar there. If you're like light skin there and stuff like that, you're seen as more beautiful than people who like look more Hispanic, and I think it's really sad, honestly.
So you would agree it would have been better if it was actually a traditional Japanese woman that won?
Absolutely, yeah. I feel like it says a lot about beauty standards.
While the other side says, well, it creates globalization and diversity. But then what does that say about beauty standards?
It says that there's a white beauty standard. It's not the beauty standard. I feel like there is no beauty standard. Everyone's beautiful in their own way, and yeah.
I don't believe in white beauty standards.
Does she look Japanese to you?
Yes, yeah, I can see it.
What if I told you she is not Japanese at all, was never born in Japan, and she's actually white?
I would have never guessed, honestly. I personally can't say which, because I haven't been in a situation where I lived in a country where this has happened, and I can like put myself in anybody else's shoes. But I personally, I can't say whether I disagree or agree.
It's creating this stigma where white is more beautiful than anything, so it's taking over.
No, that's not true. I think people can say that, but I don't really think anybody actually like thinks that. Like people say it, but nobody actually thinks that because it's not true.
Well, a lot of countries, like mine, for instance, they consider lighter skin to be beautiful.
It's not true.
It definitely is not. You're right. Well, that's cool to see it coming from a white person that it's not true.
No,
so that's good.
It's definitely not a true thing, no.
Yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching that video. If you enjoyed it, remember to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on those notification bells so you can be updated about my videos whenever I post. Remember to comment below what you would like me to ask New York next. And if you want to support my channel, you can become a member and also buy some merch. All the information is in the description box below. Thank you, and hopefully I see you next time.